Hi everyone, welcome on in. I'm Jenna. And if you've landed here, you probably know firsthand how frustrating brachioradial pruritus can be. The relentless burning, itching nerve pain in your arms that keeps you up at night that nothing seems to fix. You may have tried ice packs, you may have tried medications, but the itch always ends up coming back, right? So what we're going to talk about today is the number one missing link when it comes to brachioradial pruritus. You may have found me in this Facebook group from my YouTube channel where I talk about my experience with BP, what I did to heal myself and to completely eliminate my symptoms so that I no longer have that nerve pain in my arms, that burning, itching, relentless pain. But I have actually not talked about this missing piece. So that's what we're going to dive into today. And you get to hear it first right here in this group. So thank you so much for joining me today. And by the way, if you haven't met me yet, I'm Jenna and I help people that are struggling with chronic pain, and I love getting into this condition, brachioradial pruritus, talking about it, talking about my own journey and what helped me, because I struggled with this for so many years and I had nowhere to turn. There was no one out there that was really talking about this back then, so I had to figure it all out on my own. So it's really become a mission of mine to help others that are struggling with this condition to finally find lasting relief. Welcome, Ellen. Nice to see you here today. And if you are joining us on this live stream, or even if you're watching the replay or watching this on YouTube, then post in the comments below. Are you struggling with BP? How long has this been going on for you? And what have you tried so far? Feel free to also ask any questions throughout the live stream today. I would love to answer any of your questions and have this be a conversation where we can discuss whatever is coming up for you, whatever's on your mind. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So the number one missing link when it comes to brachioradial pruritus is anxiety. You may have already discovered this for yourself, or you may have not quite noticed that link yet. But this is something that took me years to figure out on my own and to realize, oh, okay, when I am stressed, when I am anxious, the itching is way worse. When I feel more calm, when I feel more relaxed, then I feel better. It took me a long time. Maybe it sounds obvious when I explain it like that, but it took me a very long time to figure this out and to discover that link. And so once I started to understand that more, I went on a journey exploring different types of meditation. I did therapy. I really went on an inner journey to discover what is the root cause, like what is actually causing this, and what else can I do to heal myself and to make it easier on my body for it to heal itself. So a quick recap for those that might not be familiar with this condition and what it is. Brachioradial pruritus, it's not really a skin condition, it's actually a nerve condition, but it also has to do with the skin because it causes a burning, itching sensation that's kind of like a nerve pain on your arms. And it starts with irritation in your neck, in your cervical spine, like arthritis, or disc issues, degeneration in your neck, even postural strain. All of those things can contribute to this condition, and then sun exposure will make it worse. But what I also discovered on my journey is that anxiety will also make it worse. So this is why lotions, creams, topical creams, medications really don't help, because they're not getting to the root. And it's another reason why taking a holistic approach like I do with my clients and in my group program, Thrive Beyond Pain, where we really do a deep dive to uncover what is at the root of your symptoms, because for you, you may be doing all of the right things. You may be doing the neck stability exercises like I talk about in my videos. You may be doing the anti-inflammatory diet, which I also recommend, covering your arms in the sun, and it's still not getting better. And that's when you would really want to look at some of these deeper reasons that may be contributing to your symptoms. So, and how many of you have also noticed that when you feel stressed or anxious, that your shoulders tense? You may actually find your shoulders up in your ears, or maybe it manifests as neck pain, jaw pain, tension in your upper back. These are all symptoms of anxiety and stress. And so as you can imagine, if this condition is caused by compression on the nerves in your neck, then tensing your shoulders is only going to make that worse, right? It's definitely not going to help. So the other thing is that when our nervous system is in a fight or flight mode, which is what happens when we're anxious or when we're stressed, then our body can't truly heal, because its only focus at that point is survival. It's in that survival mode. So when we can downregulate the system, bring it back into a state of balance, a state of calm, which is called parasympathetic, that's when the body can truly heal itself. So I'm going to teach you a tool that you can do today, right here at home on your own, to help to calm some of that nerve irritation that could be caused by anxiety or stress. So a couple of the tools that I explored for myself and that I learned on my journey that really helped calm some of the anxiety that I was experiencing. The number one tool was breath work. And this doesn't have to be anything really complicated. You don't have to go to an hour-long breathwork session. You can just take a couple long, deep breaths and do it right here and feel better. And that just signals to the nervous system that, oh, okay, there is no threat and we are safe and we can actually truly heal. The other tool that really helped me was grounding. So getting out into nature was really the best. Getting my feet on the earth, in the grass or in the sand if you live by the beach. And you don't even have to do this barefoot. If you don't feel comfortable walking around barefoot, that's fine too. But just being outside in nature, feeling the connection of your feet to the earth can be very calming, very soothing, and grounding. Because one thing that happens when our nervous system is in that fight or flight state is it is very focused on what the threat may be. So when we're in that survival mode, our vision gets pinpointed and we're looking for that predator. This is all wired in our reptilian brain. This is unconscious. This is not even something that we're typically aware that we're even doing. So when we take a moment to take a deep breath, to feel our feet, then again, that's just going to bring us back into our body. It's going to help to down-regulate our system and show our nervous system, okay, now we can actually relax. Because if you're feeling your feet on the earth, chances are you're actually not getting chased by a lion, that you're actually safe and everything's okay. So that's one of the ways to signal to the nervous system that it's okay to relax. But I would say that my number one tool that I use that helped me the most was somatic release. So actually moving this energy through the system in a very physical, embodied way. So soma means body. So taking the energy that's pent up in the body and letting it release, letting it move through our system. Because with anxiety, and especially with brachioradial pruritus, that itching, what will happen is you can get that itching pain, and then that, of course, is going to cause anxiety, right? And then that anxiety can cause more itching. So it's like the itch-anxiety cycle. We talked about the pain-stress cycle, and this is basically the same thing. So you feel the itching that causes anxiety and stress because your body is not feeling safe. It's hard to be in your body when you're going through something so uncomfortable. That will send your nervous system into fight or flight and cause more of those symptoms. So my recommendation would be to take a moment to ask your body, how does this energy want to move? And that's a very intuitive thing. It may take some time to develop that sort of relationship with your system where it actually communicates with you, but you may be surprised how quickly you sense a response. And so what you might notice in that moment is, I really feel like I need to go for a run, a quick run, a 5-minute jog, or I really feel like I just need to shake this off and let this go. And I would trust that impulse and go with it. So I have some YouTube videos on this if you'd rather do a guided somatic movement meditation where you can learn how to trust and listen to those signals and impulses. But try it and see how it goes. And if you're still not sure and not clear on what your body is communicating with you and what it's telling you that you need to release this energy, I'll give you a few suggestions. So for anxiety, shaking, like I said before, can be really helpful because you're almost meeting the energy of the anxiety where it is, and you're letting it actually dispel and move through your system. So Peter Levine, who is the founder of somatic experiencing, which is a method that I've studied, he also wrote the book Waking the Tiger, and in his research he discovered that animals would shake off survival stress. So when they were being chased by a predator and then they finally felt safe, they would shake immediately. It was unconscious. Their body would just automatically do it to, again, dispel and move this fight or flight energy, all of those chemicals and hormones that are produced in your body when you're stressed, to allow them to just move through you and to let them go. And then that animal would feel better, and it was as if nothing ever happened, and then it would just be grazing in the grass and enjoying its day, as if it wasn't just chased by a lion. So we are no different. We have the same reptilian brain, that primal brain in our limbic system that is 100% focused on survival. So that is the one thing I would suggest doing if you're not quite sure what your body wants to do, is shaking, allowing it to just move through your system. And number 2 is dancing. So putting on some music. This is so much fun. If you haven't tried this before, you should just turn this off and try it right now. Or you could watch the rest of this and then wait until after. But just put on your favorite song and let your body move with no judgment. You want to do this alone in your room, behind closed doors, where you're not afraid that anyone's going to see you, and you can just really feel free to move your body, express yourself, and allow this energy to move, because emotions are energy in motion. The more we can let them move, the better we will feel. And then another tool, just to leave you with as our last tool for releasing anxiety, is working on the level of the mind. So shifting our mindset, reminding ourselves that this is just our nervous system asking for calm, and it's not just about my skin. This is also about my nervous system, and I have the tools to soothe my nervous system now, to feel safe, to feel grounded, to feel calm in my body again. So this is also about reclaiming your body, because I know with BP, you can feel like a stranger and really unsafe in your own body. You can feel like, what is going on? Like, my body's been completely hijacked and I'm totally out of control. I have no control over this itch and nothing I do stops it. That can be really, really scary, right? So the more we can rely and lean on these somatic tools, we can take our power back and we can feel like we have control again. We can feel like we are actually comfortable and safe again in our body and that our body is home. So let's go ahead and just do one of these practices together. We're just going to start with some deep breaths, and I'm going to guide you through a very short breathwork practice. And then after that, you can move into one of these other somatic tools that I presented today, whether it's getting up, feeling your feet on the earth, shaking, whatever it is for you. I think intuitively you'll know what that is. Okay, so go ahead and just take a comfortable seat. You can keep your eyes open. So when we're talking about regulating the nervous system, we want to keep our eyes open to signal, again, safety to the body, because sometimes closing the eyes can feel unsafe for certain people. So by keeping our eyes open, we know that, okay, I can see the environment. I know that everything is okay. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. Good. So now we're going to breathe in for the count of 4 and out for the count of 8. I'll count it with you. So go ahead and start by exhaling all the air out of your lungs. Begin to breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So keep that rhythm going on at your own pace. If getting to 8 doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can do 6. You could even do 4. So whatever feels comfortable in your body. Breathing in for 4 and exhaling all the air out. Let's do one more breath like that. And now we're going to orient to the environment by just gently scanning the room with our gaze from right to left, and then back, left to right. And what we're looking for is something pleasant that we can focus our attention on. So maybe it's a plant outside your window, maybe it's something in your room that feels nostalgic for you. Just take a moment to focus your gaze on whatever feels pleasurable in your environment. So that also, again, signals safety to the body. Okay, and then from here, I invite you to now move into another one of the practices that I shared today. So ask your body, how does this energy want to move? Just really take a moment with that. And then you may actually hear an audible answer, a word, and try not to judge yourself. I know this feels silly, especially if you've never done this before. But try to really just trust this is how we develop a relationship with our system, with our body, by listening to it. And so maybe you feel the impetus to get up and start to move your body. Maybe you want to take off your shoes and plant your feet on the earth, feel your feet connected. Maybe you want to do that shaking to regulate the nervous system. So whatever that is for you, I'm just going to kind of allow you to segue into that right now and do that together, because I know life gets busy. You may not feel like doing this later on. So we're just going to do this here together. Take another moment, whatever wants to come through, whatever wants to be expressed without judgment. And then as you're ready, you can just start to bring yourself back again to scanning your environment, noticing what you see around you. And does it look different now than when we did that before? How has the room changed? Maybe it feels a little bit lighter, a little brighter. Comment below if you feel a shift in your body, in your system, if you feel calmer, more relaxed. Maybe you feel like your shoulders are actually dropping down a little bit more now than they were before. So these are really powerful practices. They may seem quite simple. Maybe you feel like they're actually pretty silly, which is fine. But in my own experience and in my work with clients, I've found that these tools really do work. So take some time to explore this, watch the replay, and let me know how this felt for you today. Write a comment below. And if you feel like you would like to have more support with this, I do offer a free 15-minute call for all the folks in this group if you would like to jump on a call with me and just explore how this could apply to you, how we can create a personalized plan for you to move forward towards your health goals and to find the practice that works best for you. So if you're interested in taking me up on that call, you can drop a heart emoji below and I will send you a link to my calendar and we can just have a discovery call and explore. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you found this helpful and I will see you in the next one.